Ooh-wee! The Sooners brought in a couple of giants here for official visits in the transfer portal window. And yeah, I'm a little stoked. I think that Brent Venables and staff has taken a piece out of the Sam Presti book. Let's talk about it. Coming up here in about 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation. Hey, thanks for pulling up to the YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about two players that are on official visits right now in Norman, Oklahoma. Caleb Shaffer, offensive lineman out of University of Miami in Ohio, as well as Tyrone Broden, wide receiver from Bowling Green. They're both in Norman right now. They dropped their pinpoints last night, and so we're going to talk about both of them as they're both like giants on the football field, as in size-wise. They're both huge in their respective positions. And so I'm stoked to talk about them. And we'll show some footage of Broden at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around all the way through. But before we do that, jump in the comments. Let your boy know what you think about these players coming to visit. And do you think we got a chance of landing them? I'm pretty stoked about it. I think that we do have an opportunity. I'm just hoping we pull them in, as Caleb Shaffer is on the offensive line. He is a interior lineman, 6'5", 333 pounds is what he's listed. Jeez Louise, he's big. And then Tyrone Broden, wide receiver, 6'7", about 200 pounds. Giant. So we got a lot of size and opportunity and length opportunities out here. Y'all stop that. Coming potentially to the team. So I'm excited about that. So hop in the comments, let your boy know what you think about that, as well as if you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and the bell notification. We're dropping a lot of content around recruiting with OU football, college football, tossing some Colorado football as well. Also, so for those that are not initiated, let me go ahead and give a quick explanation of what's going on. With the transfer portal, the window was December 5th through January 19th. Visits can be done beginning yesterday, which was January 4th, all the way up until the 7th. And then players need to make their decisions at that point to be prepared for school here in the spring. Now, if they want to go in the summer, then I believe they can do visits after that. And grad transfers can do it whenever they want to, because they're graduate students. They have a lot more leeway when it comes to movement. And so let's talk about Shaffer, then we'll jump into Tyrone Broden. So let's look at this real quick. So as I mentioned, Caleb Shaffer, 6'5", 333-pound big man out of Carmel, Indiana. He's a junior. Technically, he will have 1 year left of eligibility coming in. I believe it's his COVID year. He spent the last few years at University of Miami, up in Ohio in the MAC. Solid offensive lineman. He started all 3 games this season, and of the last couple of years, he's played in 15 games in his freshman, sophomore years in 19 and in 2020. And so looks like he's a solid contributor, and a lot of schools have been hitting him up. So there's a great opportunity for him to, look around, do some shopping. But the good thing is that he's in town right now. And since he's in town right now, we can go ahead and buy him up. He did graduate. And so he on his Twitter account, which I have the Twitter for both of them in the description, so you guys can go show some love and possibly follow them. They, he showed out. He's an Omega Psi Phi fraternity, so he kind of showed out on his graduation. So shout out to him for getting that degree and keeping it moving. And so hopefully we can bring him to Oklahoma and get him on this offensive line, because a good veteran presence is always great, especially as you are grooming the new recruits that are coming in for our current regime. They're bringing in their players, and so being that we've won Joe Moore awards in the past and we've got a lot of offensive linemen in the NFL, great opportunity for Caleb on that. So jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about Caleb. As you've seen his size and his stature, how do you feel about a big man like that coming to Norman? Let's talk about Tyrone right now. This is Tyrone Broden. Now, this is why I'm stoked about him, and I really want to land this giant. He's 6'7". He's tied for the tallest player at wide receiver in college football. I think him and Johnny Wilson from Florida State, which, we all met during the bowl game when he caught that one-handed catch deep, the giant. Yeah, I think they're both tied for it at 6'7". And Yeah, Broden's huge, and he can catch. So I'm gonna show some film in a minute, but just take a gander at him. 6'7", 210, out of Michigan. He didn't get very many offers coming out of high school. I think he had maybe like 4 or 5 Power 5 offers. Ended up at Bowling Green, and he's done well over the last couple of years. This past season, he had 32 catches for 506 yards. Over the last 2 years combined, over 1,000 yards receiving and 12 touchdowns. And so that shows you that he's a wide receiver that can contribute. And looking at his ability with speed and his ability to catch, think he can be something. And so looking at this film here, on Mississippi State. So he's got experience against SEC schools. Look at this catch as he goes. Oh, he goes up, tries to pull a moss on the kid, and he gets the touchdown. That's something that he will be able to do. And then even in these other plays, you can see he runs solid routes. He makes those catches. And that's something that we're going to be looking for, of course, and needing here at Oklahoma, because we need to make sure we add. We're still waiting on Marvin Mims to give an announcement. I've had people jump in the comments and ask this question. I don't know on Mims yet. We're waiting on his announcement. Hopefully he announces it by the end of the week. Then we'll really know. But it never hurts to have additional wide receivers on top of the young players we have coming up. And so don't fret. The young players will play. You'll still see some Jaden Gibsons. You'll see some Nick Andersons and stuff. But you still got to have depth, because knock on wood, you never know if the injury is going to come down. And we want to make sure that we have our best foot forward this coming season. But having a giant like this, one that can catch like he does with these routes, this ability, is never a negative. That just shows you what possibilities are out there. And so we want to take advantage of every opportunity that exists at the wide receiver spot. But overall, yeah, man, fit 32 catches, 506 yards, and 7 touchdowns this past season. It's pretty good. His best game was against Kent State, where he had 8 catches and 84 yards and a tutty. And, against Mississippi State, 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. And so his quarterback was slinging that thing, and a lot of wide receivers were eating, and he was one of those that was doing it. And so hopefully within this offense, he'll be able to do the exact same thing, eat and feast off of that. So, of course, thank y'all for pulling up. Jump in these comments. Let me know what you think about Caleb Shaffer as well as Tyrone Broden. Do you think we can pick up Ty Broden? You think we can pick up Shaffer? Give me your thoughts. Give me your comments. Any other players you guys are looking at? I've been chatting with some people in the comments that have made mention about certain players and stuff that we're going after. I promise you, if their name is in the portal and they look like they could really contribute to us, we've probably reached out. The only thing is about mutual interest. And I don't know if everybody's of interest. I'll tell you this. The ones that have pulled up, Devon Sears was here yesterday. And then you got Shaffer as well as Ty Broden, who are in town as well. They're on their official visits. I think these visits, and I think Bothroyd will be here, is also here as well. So if these players are in town, there's a really good chance we could land them, because they'll see what we got going on here at campus, because OU's campus is beautiful, stadium is beautiful, facilities are beautiful. We just got to get that mutual interest, and hopefully they'll decide that, you know what, I can flourish here, especially since we have put players in NFL. Outside of that, if you're new to the channel, you made it this far, hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification. You're already here. You may as well do it. We'll be dropping more content over the next couple of days. I'm going to talk some more about players coming through the portal that we are targeting, as well as I'll drop some additional content on some other stuff. So with that, thanks for pulling up. Also, in the description, you'll see the social media accounts for these players. Go blow them up, show them some love, show them how great this Oklahoma fan base is. That way they want to come here. Outside of that, thanks for pulling up. We'll talk a few hours. Peace.